everybody. Welcome to another edition of Funshine Sunshine reading. So, Bear's here too. Yeah, we're soaking up the wonderful sun on this Wednesday morning. And I have a break from my classes because my students are doing another course today that they have to get accomplished because 5 of them are going on practicum. Can you imagine? Pretty soon, so we wish them so much good. And so I thought now's the perfect time to do some Funshine Sunshine reading, because boy, have we missed the sun. What do you think, Bear? Yes. Bear's like, yes, oh, absolutely. I don't know where you live, but where I live, it's like 3 degrees at the end of March. I remember March when you were wearing shorts in March. I remember that. So not, your toque and your boots. So it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. So we decided on this AM that we would do a little bit of a different Funshine Sunshine reading today. Because we had an awesome, amazing, and wonderful thing happen. As you guys probably know, gifted, very powerfully gifted, exceptionally gifted. I think I've mentioned it. Not that I'm a boaster. Not that gifted people would be that way anyway. That's like such a total myth. But anyway, and a wonderful person just joined our gifted group. And man, have we really enjoyed hanging out with each other and talking to each other as well. So, just made me feel like doing something. So I wanted to talk about gifted books. So shout out to Jeff. Jeff, wherever you are, hey. Who is like me, but a dude. And that's exciting, man, to get to talk to somebody who is like, can keep up with you, really. That's what us gifted people really do need, is community, right? Like everybody does. We need community as well. And I certainly get that with my wonderful group and with Jeff, who just recently joined us. So I thought, you know what? Let's talk about some giftedness. And baby's honorary member of the gifted. What, do you want to say anything, Puka? Yes, I really enjoy it. And I like Jeff too. He seems very nice. They sometimes meet up and chat about things. And I'm always invited. So it's really fun. Thank you, man. And of course, Gifted Bear here. Gifted Bear as well. So thank you, baby. He's so modest, though, which we all are. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about gifted books that I have recently bought, gifted books that I have had, and gifted books in general for those people who might be looking for some kind of really good material on this topic. Because you know what there is? Thank God Amazon is here. Because whatever you think, boy, do they have a repository of books. That's what I'm talking about. They have a lot of books. So the first one, and I don't have the physical copy anymore, it's called Why Smart People Hurt. Very, very powerful book. You can look it up on Amazon. About how hard it is to be smart. Everybody thinks it's so easy to be smart. No. You might not pick it if you knew what it was. See, the thing is people are born smart. They are born that way. You are born that way, and that's just what it is. So, like the movie Good Will Hunting, he was born that way, and we don't really know why, because his family was gone. But for whatever reason, he was born that way, and then became an orphan and lived in foster care. So, or something happened. So, and that's not unlike what happened to me, as some of you might know. I had a, unbelievably dirt poor, stupid family, and yet my father was brilliant, presumably, and my mother, I don't know, they ended up having a baby together. That's what happened. My sisters, not that way. But we're fraternal twins, so that's probably why. But I was. So here I am in this family of people who are not good. and not smart. And so, you know, we had to make our way, man, with that. But I did, and then Bear and I met. Remember, we did Bear's. Well, actually, it's Bear's birthday coming up. Well, not really birthday, right, Bear? It's your adoption day. It's Bear's adoption day coming up on Easter. Because he's an Easter bear, right? So we're going to do that later for you guys on our Easter series. But, so that's that book. Boom. Helping Gifted Children Soar. And it's called A Practical Guide for Parents and Teachers, 2nd edition. And it's very, very good so far. Because you know what? Gifted kids should soar. And there are too many bloody people out there who think we shouldn't, somehow. Who think that somehow tall poppies should just be trampled. I hope you're not one of those people. Because you know what? We deserve good things too. We deserve good things too. Why don't we? So, boom. Again, Helping Gifted Children Soar. Really extraordinary book. I haven't read all of it because you know I'm pretty busy. So, yeah. Actually, here's an interesting thing I just pulled out of this book, not to make this too long. And I agree too. This man, they have something from the not in this book, but this person whose name is Carol Strip Whitney. That once you get above 130, it doesn't really matter in some ways because they literally have no quantifiable way of saying that you're different than somebody else. So Mensa's cutoff is 130, meaning you can't get into Mensa before 130. But you're considered bright normal even at 120, and the average rate, of course, is 100. And maybe this is even shocking, but you're not even considered abnormal at 80. And if you think about 80 and then you double 80, which is 160, which is what I'm purported to have, that's a whole other person's of IQ skills. So you can imagine that 80 is quite a bit different than 160. But among each other, we can tell the difference. Like somebody who's 130 is very different than somebody who's 180. But it's just we're such a rarefied group of people that other people don't see it as being different. But we, when we get together and are able to chat with each other, really do see it as different. Valuable, of course, all of that, you know, it's not a judgment thing. Everyone's valuable. We're all still so much different and above, in some ways, the cognitive ability of other people. Not the spiritual ability or, you know, not the kindness, not the goodness. It's not like that. It's just in our cognitive ability, we are able to do so much more, which should be celebrated. There you go. Okay, boom. Second book. Much rarer book. Profoundly Gifted Children. Okay, I did pay a pretty penny for this one, but I'm happy to do it. Because this is exactly, what did I say? I said profoundly. Well, profoundly is actually a step up. This is exceptionally gifted children. Because you may or may not know this, but there are people in the gifted movement that do quantify the upper stages of giftedness, even though there's only a few of us. We're still here. It's like when Horton hears who. We're here. We're here. We're here, okay? So, yeah, we're still here, right? Profoundly gifted is the highest level. These people are approaching 200. And that is a very, very, you know, it's a very lonely place to be, probably, because that's probably like a 1 in a million situation. I'm considered exceptionally gifted on that scale, which is one step down from profoundly gifted, and I'm all right with it. I don't know if I'd want to be because you're so different and it's so hard to be able to relate to other people. So exceptionally gifted, I'm okay with. That's sort of the 140, 160 range, maybe 160. Anyway, and then you have highly gifted, which I believe is the step before. So anyway, all you ever wanted to know about extremely gifted people. So, and that's what this book is about. Not just kids who have, 120, 130 IQs, but what about the kids that really are very, very high up there? They have enormous challenges that people don't understand. So, and I know I can talk to you about them. If anybody wants to ask me in the comments, what are the challenges of exceptionally gifted people? We got plenty. So, but then we also have wonderful, amazing abilities too, which is also awesome. Okay, other good one. Boom. 101 Success Strategies for Gifted Kids. This is such a great book. It's actually written for kids, but it's written like in a child level, so it's not like super it's not super hard. It's not written for adults. It's written for kids, maybe up to 12. And they've got some really cool things because no one tells you how to be gifted, okay? No one says to you, hey, here's this manual, and no one around you is. So you're probably the only one in the entire school maybe that is. So it's not like you have anybody to talk to. And the kids and the teachers are not exactly good about it. My wonderful new friend Jeff, though, was in a blessed and gifted minority. He got to go to a gifted school. In Vancouver, they didn't have any gifted schools 50 years ago. Because we're both Gen X, right on. But he got to go to one. And he talks to me sometimes about it, and it was extraordinary, where you do get to be with other people that are your peers. And so that is the ideal situation for gifted kids. Absolutely ideal. And kind of jealous, man. But it's I'm so happy for him that some people did. So this tells you, what if you don't go to a gifted school? What if you do have to try to be in the sea that you're in, as they say, be in the water that you're in, and that's sort of the metaphor, as we're swimming in the water that we're in. And this helps gifted kids, know how to, and that it's okay to be gifted, that you're not bad or stupid because you're different from other people. Navigating the social world, how to ask for what you need. Because you know what? We need something. I'm going to dispel a myth right now. Gifted kids are not okay by themselves. If anybody needs help, it's them. Because they don't know how to navigate this path. They don't know what to do. So they deserve help. This book, you can get this on Amazon. 101 Success Secrets for Gifted Kids. Beautiful. Okay, boom. This is an oldie but a goodie. I love this book. This book changed my life. I read this book when I was in university, probably 30 years ago, so that dates me a little bit. It's the 90s. And it's a psychology book. Barbara Kerr is a PhD. You can tell how old it is. It's a black and white book. See, she did update it. I think it's Gifted Girls for the 21st Century. I think she wrote it. I think she's quite aged now. Loved this book because, hello, you think there's not very much on gifted people in general. Can you imagine how much there is on gifted girls? Because I was one of those gifted girls in the 70s where people were like, well, girls can't be gifted, right? Boys are the smart ones. And then if you were poor, oh my goodness, poor people aren't smart. All that stupid stuff. It's unbelievable. I was smart and gifted and a girl and lived in the projects. So that was me. And yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, by the way. But we came out of it because me and Bear's here. Do you want to do some dancing, Bear? Okay. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Woo! Okay, sorry, that was a bit of musical interlude because we were getting too deep. Well, I don't know. Can you get too deep? We were getting deep. So this is a good book, Smart Girls, Gifted Women. It was originally published in 1990, but again, there are new editions. So highly recommend it if you have any gifted girls in your life, or if you are a gifted girl, because guess what? We grow up and we're still gifted. It's not like it goes away. It's who you are, man. Right on. So this is another oldie but a goodie, and they have a teen one too. It's called The Gifted Kid Survival Guide, a teen handbook. So this is kind of the teen one, but they also have a kids for like an elementary school one. And then all these sort of, you know, abilities, like who are you, what can you do, how can you do it, you know, how do you decide what you want to do, you know, because a lot of people are called multi-potential. And like that means they can do plenty of things. I'm multi-potential. I can do baby. Look at baby, everybody. He's just soaking up the sun. Should we sing like Sheryl Crow? I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. Yeah. So we love that song by Sheryl Crow. And man, we have had a big journey to get to the sun, man. We've had a big journey. So we're here. So yeah, so this book is a little bit, again, older, and I think you can buy it on Amazon. This isn't from my personal copy, so I don't know how long I've had this. This was first published in 1983, and this book that I have is from 1996, but I'm sure they have ones. They have kid ones, they have teenager ones, so really beautiful, right? Lots of opportunities. So if anybody does have any questions or anything they want to ask about giftedness, you know, you can tell me about it. And if you want to know about my gifted group, put it in the chat. We can talk about it. You might love it. You never know. We're on Facebook. And we are always in the market for wonderful gifted people to come our way, to come by. So, everybody, that is Funshine Sunshine reading. And we will see you later. See you, everybody.